That fateful morning, it was the middle of summer, the sun was pounding down from above, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. At approximately 8 a.m., James decided that he'd make a quick stop by his local Waffle House. After he decided on this, he parked his Corvette in the Waffle House car park, locking his dog Leia in the car before going in and tucking in on some waffles and drinking some coffee. At 11:55, almost 3 hours later, James could be seen leaving the Waffle House on CCTV to check on his dog in the car. After getting in the car and confirming Leia was okay, James attempted to get out. This is when the horror begins. As James went to press on the electric door release, nothing happened. The car suddenly lost all of its power and absolutely nothing worked. It's believed that a cable had become loose in the battery, causing it to become disconnected. Now you think, no problem, I'll just open the door handle, right? Well, wrong. You see, the 2007 Corvette is one of the only cars in existence without physical door handles. Back then, they thought they were being really smart, they're going to make everything electronic, so they removed the door handles and changed it to an electronic button. While this is fancy, unfortunately, when the battery dies on these types of cars, nothing works. The entire thing locks up, including the function of the doors, sealing the user inside. This is something that has happened to other people, and it's somewhat notorious for locking people in their cars.
Oh, listen, they gotta bust me out of here, bro. I don't know what's going on with my car. The whole thing went dead. I got the fire department out here right now trying to get me out. My car, they sitting here trying to jump it. It's not working. I'm claustrophobic. Oh my God.
The first thing James would have done is reach for his phone, and then he would have realized that he'd left it on charge inside the Waffle House. So you think, okay, well, I'll just hit the horn. Well, the loose battery cable meant that even if he had honked the horn, no one would have been able to hear him. So James tried desperately to pry the door open, and it was well and truly stuck. Every movement in the car produced more heat, slowly bringing up the temperature. James tried to get leverage by laying in the car and pushing with his feet on the window, but it wouldn't budge. It was so solid. There was not enough leverage in the car. It's a fairly smallish car. There was just no room to budge. I can only imagine the total panic once he realized that the temperature was rising and there wasn't a way out. The heat index that day reached temperatures of 98 Fahrenheit, or around 36 degrees Celsius. So extremely hot to be trapped in a car. At this point, James must have realized that there must be a manual door release. So he reached into the glove box and attempted to go through the manual to find the door release. As he flicked through the manual, it's clear that he couldn't find it. The temperature continued to rise as James must have screamed in agony. There must have been people walking by, people in the Waffle House, and he's trapped and no one is helping him, no one can hear him. It's just awful. Horrifyingly, 4 hours later, James was discovered in his car, and this was the call received to 911.
911, where's the emergency?
My friend is here in his car bed. We're beating on the windows and we can't get him up. And the car is locked. Jimmy, come on, man, wake up.
Even the first responders struggled to open the car, and they were forced to smash open the windows to reach him. The inside of the car was seriously hot. Sadly, James and Leia were pronounced dead on the scene. They'd both succumbed to heat exhaustion hours ago. James was found on the driver's seat with the car manual still open on his lap, with his dog Leia dead in the passenger seat. Inspecting the car, there was damage and scratch marks on the window and the glass, and there were muddy footprints all over the car where you could see that James had made a serious attempt to escape, but ultimately failed. Now this is when the story gets just even worse. The manual door release was situated right beside his left foot. James could have escaped and saved both of their lives within seconds by just pulling on the lever. Now, this door release is something that most Corvette owners don't even know exist, and of course this has caused problems before. It is in the manual, however, but obviously James couldn't find the page. But seriously, this story is just horrible. I can't even imagine what was going through his mind within that car, knowing that there's people that could have saved you all around, but you're basically invisible.